Hey everybody, Jason here from Private Tabs. So I wanted to take a quick moment and address our sort of 2026 sort of staffing changes, things that are going on within our company, just to kind of get everybody up to speed on what's been going on, right? First of all, you may have noticed we took down a lot of our videos back in 2025 off of YouTube, right? A lot of that was because we had content out there that either was no longer applicable. It talked about old features that, have changed, or they're no longer working the same way. The other thing that it had in there was, we kind of gave tips and tricks on things that maybe were a bit private, and we didn't want to share that information with the general public. A lot of our customers requested, hey, can you take some of that information down? You're kind of giving away our secrets and stuff. So we've done that out of respect for those people as well. And, we were trying to figure out, what's the best way to provide information out to the general public, while at the same time, keeping our intel helpful for our current customers, right? So what we've done is we've come up with this concept called the Insiders Club. This is essentially a private group, which is made up of just our customers. And within there's different levels to it, right? So if you just sign up for Private Tabs, you get access to sort of one level of content. If you are a multi-user customer, you get access to maybe a different type of level of content. If you're a partner, right, or a reseller or a referral, you might get access to different types of content that way. And then the other thing, of course, is that if you're, a software developer or a system integrator, you'll have access to different sort of things like that. So the idea is we sort of pieced out all of our different types of content, and we made it behind sort of I don't want to say a paywall, because it's not necessarily paid all the time, but it's through an identity verification wall, right? So in order to do this, what we have to do is you have to essentially download our mobile app and click on the Insiders Club, and there's a step where you have to take a picture of we use a service called ID Verify, which is like by Stripe and everything. It's a service that basically is provided by Stripe, that they scan your ID and they verify your identity, right? By scanning your ID and then asking you some questions about your identity. They'll probably ask you, like, have you ever owned a car in 2026 through this bank or something? You probably have seen these type of security questions before, right? But the point is that we're trying to verify the identity of the people that are watching our videos before we just provide all the content out there, because we really only want to give it to our paying customers and those that are supporting us. We don't want to provide it to like our competitors or people that are just sort of trying to piggybacking on top of what we're doing, right? So that being said, we've had a lot of people trying to do that over the past couple months. Unfortunately, one of or two of those people are some ex-employees of mine as well. For those that have worked with G, he's one of them. There's a couple other folks as well that he works with. There's a gentleman by the name of Marc who runs a data center out of the Philippines. So if you were contacted by G or Marc, just know that those guys are no longer working for us anymore, and they're no longer part of my company. The same is true with Harold as well. So all three of those gentlemen were together, and we had to terminate those guys. So since then, what they've done is they've kind of banded together and worked with Claude AI to try to create a multi-session browser that's built on top of an AI platform. Now I think they're out there trying to sell it. But I just want to make you aware of that. Those guys have nothing to do with Private Tabs. That platform is built using Claude. You can do that yourself. Just go out to claude.ai, type in build me a multi-session browser, and they'll try to make you a multi-session web browser. Except they thought they could do that and maybe try to sell it. So be careful. Don't get fooled by that. But I know that because of that, we were no longer working with those guys. And it caused us to sort of expand our customer service department here, right? It also caused me to sort of rethink the way we do training and everything here. Long story short, is really what we've done is we've invested more money and time in our training department, in training our internal staff. We now do actually on-site training with everybody that's in the Philippines. We do usually at least once a quarter. Matter of fact, we've got videos on our YouTube channel. You can see them out there with the training that they do. It's really cool. We bring everybody together. We train them on how to maybe, basically help customers and overcome objections and, deal with issues and learn about our products and services. So we're really put a lot of time and money in building out our training department, right? Because my goal is to provide better customer service. We've also invested in a lot of software that things like the help desk system, like FeatureBase and those little live chat icons that are built into Private Tabs now that you can just start a chat with somebody. It's not perfect. and I know that we're working on it. And if some of you are still frustrated, I apologize. I'm doing my best to bring these people up to speed. We also have some leaders in those areas who have been with us for a long time. You've got your account manager, Fresh. You got the customer service manager, Jamie. And then you've got your onboarding specialist, Sega, who basically onboards all new customers and also assists with onboarding credit card activation. And then we have some of our technical leads that have been with us as well for many years, such as Vem and Albert. I'm sorry, not Harold. Albert as well. These guys have been with me for many, many, many years. They work in all of our different businesses. My company, More Than Rewards, is not just private tabs. I provide reward and loyalty systems as well. If you go to morethanrewards.com, you can read about the main business that owns private tabs. Private tabs is just one of our products, but the point is that we've really have doubled up our customer service. We've also expanded our entire development team. We've added a bunch more software developers on so we can be pushing out new updates, because we want to be able to push updates every single week within our products and service. So, and then the big thing that I'm doing here is that we've expanded our mobile application into this thing called the Insiders Club. You're also going to be able to access this from the desktop app as well, but I'm going to do my first Insiders Club live stream broadcast on April 15th, knock on wood. Hopefully this is going to go well. But we've got this really cool product we've invested in called Roam Video, and it's kind of like an interactive presentation, almost like an Apple product announcement, right? These curtains sort of come down, they open up, and you can see the products and everything that we're doing. There's like a little virtual microphone there. You can walk up to it and like talk with the speakers, right? And so I'm going to be basically doing these presentations every week. I'm, after the 15th of April. And my goal is to have more interactive experiences with my customers, because I feel like I really lost connection with a lot of my customers. And so I want to try to get back in there again, because a lot of you guys I used to do meetings with, and it's just been really hard to juggle my calendar with one-on-one meetings. So my solution is my Insiders Club, where basically I'm going to be doing like live presentations. You can jump on it, talk to me there, and, we can still get to know each other. I'm also going to be at the trade shows and all of that, so we'll still have an opportunity to see each other in person every year. So I encourage you to install the mobile application, click on Insiders Club, and register for this event. I'll be sending out a text message to everybody here also this week with a direct registration link. If you have any topics or questions or anything you want to cover, feel free to bring it. I'm happy to cover all of them. I mean, we can go over, how to deal with browser blocks. I can teach you how to get around those white screen blocks, how to deal with session pauses, how to deal with bad accounts. I mean, most of the stuff that we've got out there, we have solutions for everything. There's only a few things, like when your account itself is burned, that gets a little bit tricky. But other than that, most of the other stuff, usually we do have solutions for. And in the new version that's coming out, we have updated auto blocker and health monitor. Now, I'm not going to put it in this video because it's just too long of content. But if you go back to YouTube, look at health monitor, I'm going to do another video that's going to talk about the health monitor. It's really cool. It's going to talk about how we monitor the health of each profile, and we tell you why you're being blocked, right? So you'll be like, oh, this time I'm being blocked because of my IP. This one I'm being blocked because of the account. This one is the location, this, whatever it is, right? There's dozens of different things, a lot more than dozens. There's a lot of different things that cause blocks. And the cool thing with the health monitor is it will help you pinpoint exactly what those things are, right? And now with our new sales logging system, right, now we can track your sales history and sales activity, so that now we can even say hey, did they, make a purchase and then let this account wait for a couple weeks before they use it again, right? We can tie it directly back to your sales history. So if you haven't seen the sales history logger video on our YouTube channel, check that out as well. Pretty cool stuff. So that being said, I hope you have a great new year here for 2026. I apologize if maybe I wasn't there for a lot of you these last past couple months, but we are pushing forward with tons of updates. I feel like we're the only company out there that's really actively really pushing some of these platforms. I do know that some of the other multi-session browsers that are out there are, they're good products and stuff, but I don't know if they've got the same level of resources that we have behind them, because, we've got a whole team of people. The ones that I know of are typically like a 1-person or 2-person dev team and everything. And it's more of an open source type product that allows you to sort of build your own things on top of. That being said, I know a lot of the ticket brokers and resellers and things are using like AI now. They're using like Claude AI to build little utilities that can help them do things. I can be talking about that kind of stuff in the upcoming Insiders Club as well, because you can integrate some of that stuff with private tabs, right? So you can build yourself something like a little bot. I don't want to say bot because we don't allow bots on our network. More of like an auto filler or something like that could help you, optimize your process and maybe make it a like a Chrome extension or something like that you could plug into private tabs. But yeah, I mean, obviously we're not a ticket bot. We don't allow ticket bots. We're very strict with all that kind of stuff. So if you are making stuff that does bot-like behavior where you're like automating checkouts, we would probably block you. So you don't want to do that. But there's a lot of really cool things I've seen people do with this Claude AI in the past couple of weeks. And so I might do a session on how to use that inside of private tabs. Well, we'll see. We'll see. It just depends on what you guys want, right? This is really for you, and I'm here to be a resource to help you. So that being said, that's what's going on with our customer service. A lot more customer support, bigger staff, the Insiders Club. Make sure you join. I hope to see you there. All right. Thank you very much again for supporting us, and have a great 2026.